So all you lucky ones, what up? You're always on the run, what up? I mean, don't get me wrong, but what up? Or was I not the one?
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing our regular monthly reset where I set up my new budget for the new month with you guys here on the channel, as well as if you have your budget planner and the system that you use to budget, go ahead and grab it. We can budget together. So if you haven't set yours up, this is the video for you to get it done. In the video today, I am going to be using my budget planner, which is a 7x9 Erin Condren monthly planner. This planner is linked down below in the description box if you are interested in it. I'm going to be using a plethora of stickers that we will go through, and I just hold them in the pocket in the back of this planner, as well as my calculator here, and I believe that's it. So go ahead and hit the like button. Please consider subscribing if you are a returning viewer, and let's get started. Okay, so this is my January spread, and I'm not finished with closing out my budget for January because when I come back to do my cash stuffing with you guys, I plan on posting that on Monday evening. So in that video, I'll be able to close out my final paycheck for the month, and then I'll be able to fill in these numbers up in here. So we're not finished closing out January yet, but we are working on it. I also want to take you guys to the front of the planner where I put in my goals for the year. So this is something that I did last year that I am tracking some goals for the year to try to accomplish. I set this up with you guys in my 2025 budget setup video, but I did want to show you that I've been able to check off a couple things so far. So under my health goals and under my travel goals, I'm still working on these other ones. So I am taking a little bit of a different approach this year. Last year, I set the whole thing up for all of the goals, and this year I decided to try to take it in chunks and focus on a few goals at a time. And as I complete these goals and just kind of let these be my focus right now, and as these get completed, then I'll move on and put some other goals down throughout the year so that I'm not overwhelmed with goals, and then we actually can move on to completing them and completing more of them. So I did complete goals last year, but not as many as I wanted to. So, you know, when things don't work out or fully work out in the ways that you desired or, you know, want them to, then it's okay to make changes. So that's what I'm doing this year. So let's go ahead and get February set up. So February and March kits are currently available in the shop, and our April kits will go live in a couple of weeks. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And then I will have a couple of updates for you all, and I'll just point them out as I'm putting things down on the planner. So let's go like that. And then I'm gonna put these little decorative washi strips, thin washi strips down here at the bottom of the planner. Okay, I'm going to put my date dots down off camera and then come back. Okay, y'all, so we are back with the date dots down. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put my bills down where on their due date. So already pre-filled in to save us the time. And I'm going to go ahead and time lapse this portion to save us some time. Okay, y'all, so all of my personal bills are on the calendar, which they look a little weird to be completely honest, but I think the way this month is just kind of interesting. So next I have some event stickers here, and these are just some things coming up in the month that are not bills or anything like that, but they might or will affect my budget. So we will start with my counseling session, which does cost, no, I'm sorry, this one doesn't cost. My massage therapy cost. but I want to remember it. So it's on the 6th at 6 p.m. And then I have a massage on the 13th, and this is more of like physical therapy to restore certain parts of my neck and back and all the things. I do have a brunch on the 8th. I'm not sure what time it will be. We haven't decided, but I plan on paying for both of our meals just because this is one of my very good friends and her birthday is this month, so I want to treat her to that. I did put Valentine's Day here just to kind of cover that up and use an event sticker. Okay, so this weekend we have pre-orders that are live, so they opened up today. And our pre-orders are if you want to get 6 months of stickers at one time, and they close on Monday. The last video that I posted has all the details, so if you're interested in that, you can check out the video, the very last video before this one, and it will have all the details, and it has a timestamp on it as well. So April kits go live on the 14th. Oh, Valentine's Day. That's fun. April kits go live on Valentine's Day, and then our new wallets and new envelopes go live on the 21st. I was trying to do these launches on the same day, but I'm waiting for one more. I need to get one more thing designed for the wallets that I just think will really tie it all in, and I really want to have it, so I have to push it. And then I was invited to a Super Bowl party on the 9th. Don't know if I'm gonna go, but let's just go ahead and put that there. And that's all for events this month. So kind of a stark difference from last month where I was super busy. This month is a little bit more chill, which we love. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put down my payday stickers. I will time lapse this portion as well. Okay, and the rest of my stickers I am putting down in no particular order. I just now realized I could probably zoom you guys in a little bit. I'm sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and put down my workout stickers. I believe we are doing a date night on the 7th. Next up, I have my church stickers. Okay, I do not have a hair appointment this month, but I am wanting to go to the nail shop to get a pedicure, but I'm gonna put this sticker to the side along with my coffee and self-care sticker and no spin sticker. So let's go with groceries. Okay, next up, I'm going to put down my Bible study stickers. Okay, next up I have my birthday stickers. So my friend, I call her my sis, who also is who I'm going to brunch with, and my uncle, one of my uncles, their birthdays are on the same day. So I just put sis and uncle on the same day. Okay, so the planner portion of my budget is done. I'm just going to put a couple things over here on the sidebar. So these are just things that I like to keep up with in my life or in my budget. And so that's it, you guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the monthly budget spread. So just like every month, I am going to put my stickers down for the dashboard. I'm not gonna fill it in until the end of the video because I just wanna get to the most important aspects. But so you guys can see how I put the dashboard down, I do this in every video. And so let's get these down. Uh-oh. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop your February goals in the comments. What are you guys working on this month? It can be budget, it can be personal, but we love to keep each other updated on the channel as far as what we have going on, honey. And so moving on to the budget sheet, we're gonna go ahead and get this set up. I will zoom in closer, guys, when it's time for me to write. So I just come down here to the second line and lay that down. And my sources of income include my business, and then if I get any type of refunds, returns, anything like that, I will add it as additional income. So I usually do just miscellaneous. And I did have a refund last month of like $300 and something, but what I paid for was also in the month of January. So I was thinking that it doesn't count as additional income because everything happened in the month of January. So I paid for this particular thing in the month of January, but then I also got refunded for it in January. So let's go ahead and put our variable expenses on this side, and then I will put my fixed expenses over here. It's hard for me to line things up with my left hand, so use my stickers, and then we'll start filling in before we come and put the rest on. Okay, so under income, I will put my initials and then just miscellaneous. Under variable expenses, we have spending, and this month spending, I'm going to budget $40. So my budget is just for me. If you are new to the channel or if this is your first video watching, it is just for me. So these amounts typically reflect just what I'm spending on myself. So groceries will get $280. Hopefully you guys can see. Home is going to get $60. Eating out will get $100. And this is going to be a 4 paycheck month for me. So once a week. Medicine will get $40. And my medicine includes like painkillers, allergy medicine, and I am lactose intolerant, so I do have lactate pills. I keep those on deck in the event that I ingest lactate. So yeah, fixed expenses will be my rent and utilities. We'll abbreviate that, and this amount runs approximately $1,000 a month. Netflix is $17. All of my bills, fixed expenses, everything is rounded up to the nearest dollar, as you can see, because it just makes budgeting easier. And cents typically go to like tips or in my coin jar. Cell phone is $87. My car insurance is $109. My Wi-Fi is approximately, I think it'll be a little under $100, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put $100. One thing that I kind of do with my money is I tend to under budget. Is that how you say it? I think under budget for income, over budget for bills. And using that method tends to kind of always have me in a good place financially. And then this month I have to put lashes down. Y'all, I'm already annoyed with this lash bill, and I think I put 90, but it's actually 70. I'm already annoyed with this lash bill. Like I told you guys, I'm only doing it for a couple months out of the year, a few months more so out of the year, because of some events coming up that I just, would like to have them on for. But I really don't appreciate the lash industry. It's just so expensive. And even though, I know that's normal, like what it costs is normal, my issue with it being so expensive is that, of course, they don't last. Like if they lasted longer, I feel like I'd feel differently toward them. But because they don't, I'm just like, ugh, like why do they cost this much? This just does not make sense. But hey. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little decoration here. And of course I could do like the glue on lashes. And then they have like magnetic lashes. But the way that the extensions look, it's just a different look, you know? So that's why I'm doing them. For anybody that may be thinking I could do the glue-ons or the magnetics, like, yeah, they just don't look the same. So let's go with some additional expenses down here, which I love this section of my budget planner because you can just put extra things that don't necessarily fit in these categories, but you still can account for them in your budget. So I have sinking funds that will get a budget of $288, which is the norm. My saving challenges this month, I have to add them. So for February, we have $150 on the card challenge. For the rose gold challenge, we have $310, that's $13, that should be $26. So total this month, the budget for saving challenges is $176. And then I will put my massage. I'm getting 2 massages / physical therapy this month, but the second one will go on March's budget. So you'll see it twice in this month, but only one time will come from February's budget. And then my month ahead binder, I need to be more accurate with this budget. I think I've been putting like 71, but I'm like, I kind of add to my month ahead binder like every week. So I did the 66, if I'm not mistaken, times 4, and that was 264. And then the brunch with my friend / good sister, I'm going to do 100. I have a cruise payment to make this month of, well, I'm saving it. I'm not actually making the payment, but it's $119. And then I'm going to leave a spot for unbudgeted. And then I'm going to go ahead and leave this line available just in case something else comes up, and put the total down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and total all these up, which is something I always forget to do in these videos. Let's add our variable expenses. So our variable expenses come out to $880 for budgeted. Let's do our fixed expenses. So our fixed expenses budget amount come out to $1619. And then I will put the actual amounts in this space over here and total out at the bottom. So let's add up the additional expenses. And those are $1067. And this is additional expenses and savings. I always say just additional expenses, but I don't remember that this also includes saving challenges and sinking funds. So in total this month, for my personal budget, I'm looking at about $3,500 of spending. Okay, y'all, so this is what the monthly budget is looking like. Right after this, I'm going to set up my paychecks, and I said this in every video because it's very true. You do not have to do a monthly budget and a paycheck budget. Because I live on variable income, I do both, so it's kind of just like an extra step that I like to take. Where is paycheck one? Oh, it's an extra step that I like to take just to have an even better set of eyes on my finances. So my monthly budgets kind of stand as like a monthly guideline, right? Like that's where I look at my overview for the month of what bills are coming in, what events do I have going on that I need to be mindful of, and then it kind of gives me some financial guidelines. And then my paycheck budgets actually tell me, okay, what actually came in, what are you actually able to do. Okay guys, I realized I had my washi strip on the wrong line, so had to make that correction. So here on the channel, especially if you are new, I do not share my income or revenue or tithes. So I have to be kind of strategic with my videos. And so what I show you guys here, I show you all my expenses. So you'll see like my personal expenses, and under income, I'll put the total of my personal expenses here on the channel. So I do weekly expenses. And guys, my lighting is like acting crazy. I think it was doing good up until I had to like try to get the camera to focus. So I'm so sorry if the lighting is looking weird. I don't know, like I've been trying to get it together here. I even pulled this over to see if maybe that'll help offset it a little bit. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm dealing with some lighting issues right now. So under my paychecks, I do condense them since I do get paid weekly. So instead of writing everything out, I'll usually just put like the categories. So I'll put my fixed expenses, and then I'll do like a little parenthesis situation and write whatever bills came in this week, my variable expenses, and then I abbreviate for sinking funds and saving challenges, because I do pull these amounts out of my paychecks at times, most times. And then I have a section for my 1 month ahead binder, and then I do extra expenses for other things that are coming out of the paycheck, and then unbudgeted. And I'm going to fill these numbers in with you all when I do my cash stuffing video on Monday, so we will come back to this. But this is how I set up my paychecks. If you get paid monthly or bi-monthly, then you could just use like one whole page for your paycheck and actually write, you know, the bills and things out. But I condense them, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the other paychecks. So paychecks 2 through 4, I'm going to time lapse and get those paychecks set up. And I'll do my little total strip here, because everything for the week will fit under one of these categories. Okay guys, so our monthly budget is set up for the month. Our calendar with all of our bills, paydays, important events, and activities are set up. And then now we have our paycheck set up. And with using the sticker method of budgeting, I do recommend setting up your whole budget in one sitting. So when I first started using this method about 3-4 years ago, I used to try to like fill it in as the month went on, and I didn't like that. And I realized very early on that it was a lot easier and I could be more consistent with using it if I just set the whole thing up in one setting once a month. So I do recommend setting up your whole budget for the whole month in one sitting. And before I started recording these for myself and for you all, I used to just like turn on another, creator's video and have them playing in the background, setting up their budget, and then I would set up my budget, and that's how I did it. And then your whole budget is set up for the month. All your stickers, everything is laid down. All you're doing is filling it in. So this is the weekly check-in. This is where I check in on my variable expenses, my cash envelopes, spending, gas, groceries, eating out, all the things to try to keep up with how my spending is going with that for the month. This weekly check-in also helps me at the end of every month be able to come back over here and fill in what did I actually spend in these categories. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in 1 week with you all and then speed through the rest. So we have spending, we have gas, we have groceries, we have eating out, medicine, home, and beauty. And so I misspelled beauty. We just gonna put that U right there. So I will fill in the budgeted amount when I do my cash stuffing. Also here on the side under week, I usually put the week that I'm doing this spending in to help me keep up with the weeks. But I didn't get that for this video, so I will have to do that at another time. So this is how I set up my weekly check-in. Again, I do it for the whole month in one sitting. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the rest, and then we'll come back after I am done with this. Okay guys, so this is the weekly check-in, and I only need 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out with the little deco here. And then what I can do with this additional space is I can put another paycheck here. If I need, I can use this space for extra expense tracking. So I just kind of leave it open. Most months I don't need it, but again, my budget is just for me. So if you are budgeting for yourself and children or pets or a partner, then you could use this space. So let's move on to sinking funds. So sinking funds are very important to me. Sinking funds are small savings accounts where you save for upcoming expenses, future expenses that you know are coming. So sinking funds would be like birthdays, holidays, Christmas, car maintenance, home maintenance, expenses that you know are going to eventually come up. You save a little bit of money from each paycheck, put it aside, and then when those expenses come up, you don't have to use your savings account or your emergency fund account. You don't have to use a credit card. You don't even have to use your paycheck if you have that money put aside. So sinking funds have definitely kept your girl out of debt. So they are an important part of my budget. I do like to track them so that I am focused on them continuing to grow. So what I'm gonna do in this portion is just go through each one of my sinking funds, which I have 2 binders of them, and I'm going to just write down the starting amount of what I'm starting with, and then at the end of the month close it out and see was I able to grow them all together or did they decrease. So I'm gonna write birthdays here. So, and then I'm just going to flip to the back and I can see through the envelope what I have there. So I am starting out birthdays with 190, and I'll do that for each one. I'm going to time lapse it and then come back and get the total of how much I have in my sinking funds. Okay, so we have all of our sinking funds down, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my total strip here. And I do have a lot of sinking funds, but when I first started my budget, guys, I didn't have this many. I think I had car maintenance, Christmas, I think medical, and that was really it. So these funds have grown. The amount of funds I have grown over time. So I just wanted to make sure I let you guys know that. So let's go ahead and calculate. Okay, so we are starting the month of February out with $2,707 in our sinking funds. Okay, y'all, and lastly, I'm going to put down my expense tracker, which If you know, if you've been around here for a minute, this is probably the part of my budget that I am the weakest in, but I am determined to keep trying. You know, you don't give up on something just because it's hard or just because you haven't quite figured it out. You gotta keep going. So I will start tracking my expenses beginning today. Today's February 1st, and try to have an accurate count at the end of the month. So that is the complete budget. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and fill in my dashboard page with this deco sheet, and I'm gonna do that off camera because I kind of have to get into my little creative flow there and get my head all up in the in the page. But then I'll come back with you guys and actually start to fill some of the stuff in. Okay, something that I forgot to mention to you all is that after the expense sheet in my planner, there are additional pages, and I use those pages to do my like complete paycheck budgets, if you will. So I only show certain portions of my paycheck to you all, and so those extra pages behind my expense tracker is where I have like the complete paycheck of the income, my tithes, everything. So that's what I use those pages for. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So my first goal for the month of February is I want to complete both saving challenges, and if I can complete them early, you guys know I definitely will and knock that out. Something else that I want to do this month, we'll see if we can, is complete my 1 month ahead binder. 1 month ahead. We are almost done with that binder. So once we're done with that binder, we as in me, once I'm done with that binder, I will no longer be like living paycheck to paycheck. I know typical paycheck to paycheck is when you don't even have like a savings. I just kind of consider it, you know, every paycheck I get, I pay my bills with those paychecks. And so I'm trying to get a month ahead on bills and expenses, but bills first and then expenses. So let's go important dates. Off the top of my head, I have 2/6, and that's for counseling. I have 2/9, and that is Super Bowl. I have 2/13, and that is my massage therapy. And then I will do 2/14 for the April kits. And so these are just some things I like to stick out in my mind when I look at my planner. So important projects will be our new wallets and envelopes launch. Both of these are size A7. That's very important that I get everything done for that. And another important project this month was the pre-orders, but we're already in those. So, and I don't think I have anything else. I'm gonna leave those blank. And then 2 things I want to track this month is my 2 liters of water a day. And I just kind of mentally track that. It's pretty easy. And then my exercising 3 times a week. I am going to increase this per the doctor's recommendation, but I have to get another piece of equipment before I can do that. So I have a couple more things on the deco sheet that I'm going to put on my planner, and that would be this little decorative square right here. I'm just going to pop this down. Really? Oh, it's not even going to fit, y'all, because I have a dot here, so it's not going to fit. I could probably cover it up. Let's see. Will it look weird? Yeah, okay, we'll just do it like that. That works. And then I'm gonna take my weekend script. I don't have an available weekend at the end of the planner, so I'm just gonna put it up here at the top, and that's just a place where I can put it. So that is going to conclude my monthly reset for February and getting my finances together. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below about what your February goals are for this month. I hope that you were able to set up your budget as well. And I hope to see you back on Monday for my first cash stuffing of February. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.